So we lost Jake's at the Bucks.
Jake has been. We've lost Jake at the Bucks. I had my Bucks party on the weekend, and Jake's now gone.
This is the first beer since because we're all very damaged.
We had a big weekend. Jake's alive. He's here somewhere, but he's not here for episode 13.
I believe so.
Lucky 13.
It says 12 on the board, but
No, that was last week's.
yeah, so it must be
I only
13.
changed it last week. Episode 13 of the Average Aussies. We made it through my Bucks party. We're all still alive. Janga's just stuck on the M7 somewhere, the poor bastard.
Flat tyre.
Flat tyre.
Flat head.
Flat day. Flat week. It's been rough. But
Flat
no.
mindset.
Yes. We how are we, fellas? But besides my Bucks party, we're all taken 3 days to recover from. How are we?
Good, mate. Definitely feeling it at 31.
Oh, isn't it hard to get back up and get hit?
is.
2 days in a row of partying is just unbelievably tough on the body. Hey, Beef.
And the voice. I'm all right. I dressed in colour just because of how fucking depressing Tottenham's fortnight was. I thought I had a bit of colour in my life.
True.
You look like you're still on the Bucks.
Never left. For anyone that didn't see our Instagram, I actually got dressed up in a Tottenham jersey on Friday, which was
It was
unbelievably.
delightful.
He loved every minute of it.
It was horrible.
Waltzing around in it.
Oh, it was not. And
It suited you, mate.
He made me wear an Arsenal one for 14 hours of mine.
Yeah, but as I said, in comparison, you were around no one. I was in public. I had to crawl through a brewery in Inner West in Marrickville, where all the hip people live, in like the most skin tight Tottenham jersey you've ever seen. Like, I was ripping through it, and then they gave me 3/4 fucking camo shorts.
I thought you weren't wearing shorts at all.
I'll put a photo in it. To my detriment, I'll put a photo in it in this bit right here. But
He looked like the sort of dad that would yell at his kid at a weekend soccer game.
yeah, well, I wouldn't be allowed at the weekend soccer game because I had Sex Offender 7 shoes on with the full Velcro. Like, horrible stuff. But I had a great weekend. It was amazing. My mates are the best. But yes, first of all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to the channel, on the channel, at the video, whatever you want to do. We've got the social medias, we got the TikToks, we got the Instagrams, we got the Twitters.
We got it all.
We got it all. And we got fantasy. We have a code for fantasy. It's on our Instagram. It'll be in this video, in the description. Get amongst it. I think we actually have new...
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just checking to see.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nathan McCabe. Welcome to the Average Aussies League, mate.
That's a big call. Let's see if you...
I think he's only just started. He might have just started to play with the Average Aussies.
You know what? He is there. Invincibles FC. Welcome, mate.
And I reckon you're the gooner from our YouTube channel.
Oh, there's so many gooners. When is a Tottenham fan
We're
going to
legends.
Please,
We're
just
top
run.
of the league. Yeah, that's what we're going to say. Anyway.
We won't be singing that anymore,
we
mate.
won't be singing that. I sang that for about fucking 2 hours straight on Saturday. I don't remember it. I've just been
At
told.
Randwick Racecourse, there was 1,000 people there. He's walking around like...
Getting all sorts of looks and...
It was
Who
great.
is this man?
It was great. I got in a few chats about the podcast, about the football.
You were floating around like a butterfly.
Yeah,
It was nice.
Stinging like a bee.
Talking to, I was stinging. I was stinging internally. It was rough. All right. Well, enough of our debauchery on the weekend. Let's get into some football. So we're going to go through the midweek games first. It wasn't a lot to talk about in terms of big teams losing. Maybe.
Oh, well, there's a big game, Man U Tottenham.
That's what I mean. I was going to get there. So we'll go. What happened, Beef? Let's talk to us. Manchester United 2, Tottenham 0.
Completely outplayed. If you're a Man U fan and you watched it, you'd be very pleased, I think. With speaking to ZP on the morning of, probably one of the best 90-minute performances they put in and one of the worst for ours. I think Hugo Lloris, our keeper, he got man of the match. So that tells you something. If he didn't play out of his skin, we would have lost 5-0, 6-0 possibly.
Yeah.
4 screaming saves. It's the same old story. Defensive-minded, give Man U the ball for the first 45 minutes, it felt like. I know we're away at Old Trafford. It's a tough game, but you got to go and attack there. You can't... But I know that's not Conte's style, so it's frustrating. It's the same tone I'm going to talk about in the second match. Worse in the second match, but
That was worse than the second match.
No, the second match was way worse.
Oh, yeah?
Losing at home against Newcastle,
true.
that was...
One thing I'll say, Man United beat us at home, and I think because they're not a bad, they got pace up front, like counter-attacking football. So, like, it might not come off all the time, but I think there's enough quality there for if they get the counter-attack, like they got Anthony and they got Rashford and they got pace to burn for a counter-attack, which is what you need to play against you guys. Like,
yeah, and their midfield was quality. Like, when they were playing the first 2 rounds, everyone knows they were fucking honking.
Yeah.
But Fred actually bossed it.
No, it was Casemiro.
Match. Was it?
Yeah.
And Fred.
I think Fred's been playing better, but I'm pretty sure Casemiro has been on fire the last, like, because he scored, didn't he?
He scored against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think he's really starting to show his quality now. That's going to turn out, I reckon, to be a great signing. But
yeah, United fans would be so happy that they're starting to take shape. Nuno might have made a good call. They could honestly finish top 4 now, I'm thinking. They're starting to look real sharp.
yeah, I don't know. That's just the whole thing with Ronaldo, like that whole saga
That could tear him
down.
apart. It really feels like there's 2 camps setting up there: the Ten Hag camp and the Ronaldo camp.
And you've got it's splitting Man United fans too. Like I'm pretty sure Zach's Ten Hag. Like I think,
But that's why they need to get rid of Ronaldo. Because it comes back to there can't be one person who's bigger than the team.
Yeah,
and
well-
currently that's what's happening. And I don't care who you are and what you've done, to storm off,
Yeah,
to
like,
refuse to
that's-
come on and storm off.
That's rubbish.
What does that say? Like, that's just pure disrespect. I don't care. You can say all you want that it's passion and that, but that's pure disrespect
That's
to your
the-
club,
yeah,
your
it
teammates.
goes-
And they
your
were winning,
management.
man. They're
Yeah,
winning
I know.
2-0
Yeah.
against a top 6 side. Like, that was...
You go into Ten Hag's office on Monday and go, fucking play me or let me go. I'm
Yeah.
over this shit. You don't show it.
Do it on the sideline.
Don't do your dirty
I'm pretty sure he
laundry,
like
like-
gave him the finger, or he like because some footage has come out. I think I seen today that of him and Ten Hag having like the debate on the sideline about whether he wants to come on or not. Like, 'cause
Yeah, right. I haven't seen that.
Someone said like something about the finger was his answer, and I was like, oh, that must have been like. But you just don't like.
And like, look what's happening now. That like United are doing well. They're getting decent results. They're playing decent football. Like finally, and Ronaldo's attitude and the drama with Ten Hag could tear that all down. That could tear that dressing room in 2.
I heard
and it could tear him all down.
Yeah, I heard an interesting point, and it was like, if you put Ronaldo on, he will score, but if you also play Ronaldo, you stop creating chances for the rest of the team.
Yeah, because it's just
It's
give
all
it to Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, he takes it, he wants to score,
And they're looking good as a full squad now.
Yeah.
So if you add that dynamic in,
it doesn't work.
and he's not going to, Ten Hag's shown that since
He wants him
stopped
as a
playing
super
Ronaldo-
sub. I think that's what he wants him as, right? Like,
Probably. Yeah, chuck him on with half an hour left if you can't get a goal. I mean,
'Cause
Ronaldo's ego is just getting in the way of that, isn't it?
and like when they played against you guys, they're pretty well drilled. Like they all defend, right? They all get back.
Yeah,
and
and they
defend.
played awesome
That's
for
what I
90
mean,
minutes, and he
like-
stormed off. It's
I'm pretty sure Ten Hag's one of those type of operators that wants his team to play to a structure, wants them to play well. And if Ronaldo comes in, he's not going to do what he's told. He's just going to
Well, it
sit
depends
on
what he wants out of his team too.
Yeah.
Like, what does he want his striker to do? Is
Yeah.
it just stay up top and score goals?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Because everyone can make this point, oh, it's Ronaldo, but like, there's more to a team than one guy.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to build for the future, you're probably not building around Ronaldo.
Yeah,
You know, Ten Hag's trying to change that. And
I agree for sure. And Ten Hag will do a good job there. He's taking his time to warm up, but it's the same as like Arteta. Like he took
Klopp
him,
when he first came
takes
to
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. And it's good to see, like, you need to stick with it. And even like Leicester, like sticking with Rodgers, that's starting to,
it'll pay
you know,
off
they're
for
putting
him.
up a bit of a fight and actually starting to get some results. And,
Yeah.
you know,
and decent results too. Like not just scrapping
No.
like shitty wins and stuff.
I mean,
like
looking
that.
at the 2 games that they played, they beat Leeds 2-0 and then smashed Wolverhampton 4-0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And
2
we-
clean sheets, 6 goals.
I think like Leeds took like all their energy out on us the week before.
Yeah.
They weren't.
We did say that could happen, didn't
Yeah,
we?
it can go 2 ways, and and then they went down again to Fulham on the weekend. Bit more of a effort in that one, I think, because it was at home. But
Yeah, that was 3-2, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Leicester Leeds was 2-0 during the week.
the other big news: Fulham Aston Villa. Villa
Oh,
went
yes.
down 3-0, and then
Stevie G.
Yeah.
See ya, hit the fucking showers, mate. You're gone.
we've been
Well,
talking about it for what, a month?
yeah. like it was inevitable. I think we said like, was it they played Chelsea the week before? I think, and we said they can't get tonked. And they don't, and then they go to Fulham and get smacked. And
that's the thing.
Like,
it's those games that he needed to get results in and show something, and the team just wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
But then, like, how do they then come out the following week and they smash Brentford 4-0?
Oh, it's the same manager bounce, isn't it?
It happens in every sport,
it just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like same group of players, but everything.
He could have a
just
completely
changes.
different style to play. You might just open them up a bit, say, hey, go out and enjoy yourself. I think that's what usually they do when the assistant managers
He only
come
got the one game though, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then
and they signed old Unai Emery. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. He's back. I don't mind. He's a character. He's a bit of fun.
He's a good manager.
Hopefully,
just because he didn't do well at Arsenal doesn't mean anything.
Hey, he did do well at Arsenal for a period of time.
He didn't do as well as people might have hoped.
Like he didn't do as well as I hoped. But we won a 19 game. I think it was like 19 game.
And he went back to Sevilla and won 2 or 3 Europa Leagues in a row.
Yeah, I think so. He's won trophies, man. The guy can manage.
Yeah.
The thing that lets him down in England was he couldn't speak English. He couldn't speak English well enough to have. I think he's quite a charismatic bloke, but it comes off as like quirky and weird when you
he became a bit of a meme.
Yeah, because the Spanish language, I think, and the way they talk, it's a little bit. The words are a different way around and stuff like that. So when you try and translate it into English, it can come off a little bit like memey, which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah,
a Europa League winner into Villa, but they'd be stoked.
Massive.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're not fucking around because they paid his $6 million buyout clause from Sevilla.
Yeah, right.
Like he wasn't out of contract. They bought him out.
Yeah, right.
So I don't think he's there till November, the middle of November or something like that. But
okay, so it's not straight up.
I don't. Yeah, I could be wrong there. That I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he was bought out, so he has to wait for his working visa to clear and stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that.
The result of Brexit.
Yes. So that was another one during the midweek. Let's go from the top. We'll go. It was the Wednesday or Thursday night ones. I'm not sure. Brighton and Nottingham Forest 0-0. Brighton starting.
They've fallen off.
Starting to slow down.
They haven't won since we beat them.
Yeah.
They've lost the
4
magic.
weeks ago.
Lost the magic since Potter left.
Well.
Ha ha.
Potter. There's Django need the Potter. Crystal Palace 2, Wolves 1. Me and Zach did not pick that last week. ZB, not ZP. We both called Crystal Palace shit. And look where that goes.
Well, if you look at the weekend's just gone results, though.
Yeah, I guess
they lost to Everton 3-0.
Yeah.
Everton scored more than one goal and kept a clean sheet. And
Palace just do that on, off, all year, and they come 11th.
Yeah, that
every
was
season.
Brooksy's point last week. Zach, he said the same thing.
Yeah. But on that game, that is a huge result for Everton. They would be, like, Andrew was absolutely stoked with it.
Yeah.
He actually smiled, which is interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Andrew Craig smiling about Everton. It's about sport.
But no, they'll be stoked.
Yeah.
Building, you know?
Building something.
Better than losing to
Bournemouth away. Southampton. Bournemouth 0. Southampton 1. That was on the Thursday game. Cherries are the same. They're a bit of a yo-yo at the moment. I think a big result was Brentford drawing Chelsea. Mm-hmm. It's not bad for them.
Chelsea have been pretty hot at the moment. They just went through to the group stages of
the Champions League.
Yeah, the knockout stage of the Champions League. Yeah. So for Brentford to do that to them, big.
It was Liverpool got the win midweek. Liverpool won. West Ham United 0. How'd that game fare?
Yeah, look, I feel like there was definitely a hangover from the City game for Liverpool. We wasted a lot of chances. Alisson actually saved a penalty in that game.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, so he's pretty much between the assist for the Salah goal and the City game and then saving a penalty. He's pretty much got 6 points there. We ground that result out, which I was happy with, but then compare that to when we went versus Forest. I have not seen as dour a display from Liverpool in a long time.
Oh, yeah?
They were just... I said to Jake, we were watching it at the casino, and I said to Jake, we're just as likely to win this 5-0 as we are to lose it 1-0.
Yeah, right.
Before we even kicked off.
Big cats.
Yeah, early game down there, and we were missing a couple of, say what we want about Darwin Núñez, he can finish and he brings an intensity to the field, and that was severely lacking in that game.
Yeah, okay.
And even Thiago being able to do something on the ball, they were both just missing for the game. I think they both had an illness, or a slight knock or something. But yeah, the guys just didn't look up for it. Forest did. I think we could have scored about 5 goals from set pieces.
Yeah, okay.
I think that you can just see the team is severely lacking in confidence. Because they're just making those decisions that you can tell is from a player who's not confident. Like there was a set piece where Van Dijk was about 6 yards out. He could have had a clear header on target, and he tried to square it back to Bobby.
Yep.
And I think that's just like if he was full of confident, like he can be,
he's banging
confidence.
That top
he's
corner.
just heading it straight at the goal. But instead, he's thinking, "Fuck, I better square it."
Yeah.
And that was he had one right at the death too that he should have buried. It was atrocious. It was seriously one of the worst performances I've seen from us. They just did not. Yeah. They were second to everything. They didn't look up for it.
Where does that leave you on the table at the moment?
I think that was 7th.
Yeah. Okay.
We are 200% out of the title race.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. But if we keep up this, we'll be out of the top 4 race too.
Yeah. Well,
we're 8th.
I mean,
just hard to believe, really. Yeah. After the 2 seasons you just had, it's other than Mane leaving, right?
I feel like he's you had some injuries too. Like what's his name is Luis injured. His replacement.
Oh yeah.
So he's injured, but I just
Luis Diaz.
That's it. I feel like Mane leaving, like him and Salah playing that style of football with Firmino, like to replace him with someone that's going to change it. Well, we've spoken about it 1,000 times. Mm-hmm. Like it's got to change your entire structure to get it to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's just a growing pain. Like you would hope. I think maybe Klopp might have relied on the quality that you've had and maybe the confidence you carry over to take that and just completely change your style. Maybe, I think. I'm not sure. I
think that Darwin can fit into the style that we play easier than you might think. Yeah, because he's pacey he's very quick. He's got a great finish. Like in that West Ham game, there was over the top of him on the volley, slammed against the post.
Yeah.
Another one that he hit first time that pulled out a great save from the West Ham keeper. He's pacey. He can finish. He makes good runs. He's a different sort of player.
Yeah. But
not different enough that it's we've got to play 4-4-2 and just be chucking crosses in the box sort of.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's not adapting as quick as a lot of people would hope. Yeah. He's seen it's up and down, he scores a backhill goal against Fulham and then he gets sent off against Palace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He scores and then he's off injured.
I think for you guys, it's just about building confidence and being comfortable. I feel like you've switched in and out of styles too.
We have. We've changed formation.
Changing combinations. I feel like some players can't play certain formations.
We are there's 100,000 excuses, but
it's just at the end of the day, you just got to perform.
For the team that they are. But they I don't know if last year's just a hangover on. They look
it can take a massive toll.
They played every single possible game that you can play.
Yeah.
In English football last year.
Yeah.
They made it to every final, the 38-game league season.
Yeah, well, that's massive.
And with a not massive squad.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of clubs that are in every competition. You look at the size of City or even United's squad, Chelsea's squad, ours is paper thin compared to them.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I think that you're just seeing the results of that. There's players that are picking up niggles from little injuries. There's tiredness.
It's that combined with the style of play you play as well. It's not
it's high intensity. You can't be tired and sort of get a result. You got to be press. And if one person in that system doesn't and it creates a gap.
Yeah, it's all over.
So
you can get found out easy if you're tired, I think, in that style.
There's 2 Liverpools at the moment. There's the one that'll beat just be super intensive and great defensively and beat City 1-0 or thrash Bournemouth 9-0, Rangers 7-1. And then there's the one that just goes there and looks like they don't give a fuck and they get done by bottom of the league.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a shout out to Zach Brooks from last week too, because he said the same thing about Tottenham and Man U. Depends which team turns up. Mm-hmm. And he was right. The great Man U side turned up, the average Tottenham side turned up.
Yep.
Which is crazy. But we'll just quickly run through those last few results from midweek. It was Newcastle 1, Everton 0. For Everton to hold Newcastle 1-0, that's not bad for those guys.
Yeah.
And I think we've spoken about the last two.
Yep, just Leicester Leeds.
Yeah.
Touched on that briefly.
Oh, yeah. Touched on that briefly, but it's massive for Leicester, massive for Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
They're back off the bottom. I think Forest or Wolves are on the bottom now.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably be Wolves after they lost 2 in a row and Forest picked up 3 points out of 6.
And Arsenal City was postponed midweek because we had to play PSV Eindhoven at home, which we scraped a 1-0 with a fucking Granit Xhaka bomb.
He scored. Did he score the goal in your weekend game too? What a tale of redemption that is.
We'll get to that. I reckon we should.
Don't get too excited.
I reckon we'll take a break because when we come back, we'll go through all the weekend, the rest of the weekend fixtures, and
what we missed out on.
Have a bit of a chat about that because you know me, I'd like to talk for half an hour about Arsenal. So I've got some things I need to say. Anyway, and Beef's got some things he needs to say
I've got
too.
a beef. I've got a beef this week.
Beef is coming.
He's not happy. He's not happy, everyone.
Happy. Chunky
and
steak.
He's going to let you know about it when we come back after this short break.
I'm back.
All right. Well, I guess we can go straight into the weekend's fixtures. We've already covered pretty much.
We've covered the first 2.
Forest, Liverpool, Everton. Yeah.
No, we have. I actually gave Everton credit. I said great result.
Look, it was.
Andrew smiled about it. I don't know what more do you want me to say?
Everton's signing of the season, Dwight McNeil.
Dwight. Yeah.
We ripped on him in the first podcast.
Dwight, Ben Gordon.
We were like,
was it Ben Gordon?
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony.
Who's the other? There was someone else we've talked
Tell you
about.
what, just quickly, Everton did score an amazing goal that deserves credit. Dwight McNeil sort of made a run from the left-hand channel, turned a couple of people, slotted it into Iwobi as he diagonally ran across him, and then I think he backheeled it, and then Dwighty boy buried it.
Yes.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good goal, man. That was a nice goal.
I will say, I'm pretty sure Iwobi's second for, I think he's got something like 5 or 6 assists this season. I think he's up there. He's only behind De Bruyne, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that could be a lie.
Crazy.
I know because they haven't scored that many goals. But
Maybe
I'm pretty sure he's been involved
one.
in all of them nearly.
Yeah.
Nah,
give him the captain's armband.
I think to be fair, look, Iwobi was a great player for us.
Oh, yeah.
He was honestly one of my favourite players at Arsenal, and I knew he was eventually going to have to move on because I don't think he ever had the high enough quality to play where he wanted to play in the Arsenal side.
Every game, week in, week out. Yeah.
And that's you can see that with Everton. They're hot and cold at the moment, but we played him as a wide winger, which he was good at. His final touch was just a bit shocking and whatnot, but he's got a lot of heart, and he's actually a quality player, and he's a big boy too. So I think that central role suits him well. Hopefully he can kick on and really go for gold there.
But this season could have gone either way for Everton. I feel like if they...
It still can.
So I
think it's on a nice edge for him, man.
Well, I think I'm in the start of the season. I feel like they could have gone absolutely horrendously and been down there with Forest, or they've taken a turn, which I think they have. They're 13th, I think.
They're 12th, but in saying that, it is so tight. There's Everton on 13 in 12th, Crystal Palace in 13th on 13, Bournemouth in 14th on 13, Villa and Southampton on 12, Leicester on 11.
Yeah.
So and then you've got Leeds, Wolves and Forest all on 9 points. It is so tight down the bottom of the table there that it only takes one bad result or one good result and you can jump 6 positions.
Speaking of tables, can we talk about the championship?
How good
I'm pretty sure it's
that?
1 point difference from the bottom to the top.
It is.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. How competitive is that? That's
one point
it.
in between each team. It's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's insane.
There's a couple of teams on the same points, but there's no giant gap in between.
No, it's mental. I think QPR are on top too.
Are they?
Yeah. Shout out to Evan Frost. QPR.
Burnley.
Oh, Burnley. No, don't do that to us.
So what's the stat you just said? That there's one...
The points. Look at the points.
If you look at the points, there's only one difference in between
It might have changed by now. I'm not sure.
Not between first and last.
No. Between each team.
It's that
awesome.
tight, yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Manchester City just doing Manchester City things. Brentford, Manchester City 3. Brighton. Sorry, Brighton 1.
I feel like we're just enjoying the last, even though it's Arsenal, the last couple of weeks before City just go fucking, and then the rest of the year is just a chasing pack.
Yeah, look, I mean, what can you say? Like they're not. They don't look like they're going to lose. They don't look like. But to be fair, like Brighton can score again. Like teams can score against them. It's just whether you can stop that. You can stop Haaland. I think.
Yeah, true. Did he score more?
Did you see the goal he scored?
No.
When
I heard about it.
Tried to like body him and he just smacked him, bro.
Yeah,
like smacked him.
Edison assist, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And like the defender, like. Yeah, it's Haaland, but man, like you can't be getting like bodied by a striker like that. Like
he scored Dos.
He run
in the first half.
That's right. He literally run over this centre back. I forget who it was, but my God, do better. I think it was Lewis Dunk. Was it
Dunk?
Maybe I don't know.
Dunk or Dunked. I tell you what though, like this season has been so inconsistent for results. I don't think it's as cut and dry with City doing it as maybe because
let's hope not.
They lost to us. They
true.
Did that 3-3 draw with Newcastle where they could have lost, and I think that they've dropped other points as well.
Yeah, they've dropped a few points because that's why we're on top. Like
so it's not just a case. Hopefully, it's not just a case of them running away with it, and hopefully, you guys can sustain what you've been doing. But a bit worried that you might be starting to slow down a bit. Past few results just seem like they've been a bit more drawn out.
Look, we've had a lot of fixtures in October that have been. I'm not going to say we don't have the squad to play competitively in both leagues, but like there's a few players that get recycled both games, and I'm not going to say that that's a hangover from like the PSV game was a grind, and we needed to win that.
Yeah.
We needed to win that. We've qualified now for the groups, like past the group stages. It's just a matter of. I think we just made it really hard for PSV to win the group now. It's like in our hands.
Okay. So it's first or
so like,
qualified.
So that game was like a must, pretty much, I'm going to say a must win for us. And I don't, look, we're only 10, 11, 12 games into the season. I don't want to say we've got tired legs, but like I feel like a few players might be carrying a bit of injury. I don't think Martin Odegaard's 100%. I don't think Gabriel Jesus is 100%. You've got Zinchenko, who is being sorely missed at the moment. And he's still persistent with Tomiyasu. Like that Tomiyasu thing for the Liverpool game was a great call. But I'm just not sure he offers enough going forward in that position. And like Tierney come on in that Southampton game and we scored a goal off it. Martin scored a goal. Good. Scored a goal off it.
Oh my God.
And but the ball had just crossed over the line. When he crossed it in, it was over the byline.
So it was overruled.
But like that's what Tierney offers you, man. And I honestly think like big call here from me, but I think Tierney's heart and his leadership. Like don't get me wrong, Zinchenko's got all that too, and he's got the midfield qualities Zinchenko brings. But I feel like I don't know how to word this without sounding like an idiot, but I know Zinchenko is like a world class player, but I feel like Tierney is not that far behind him. And I feel like Tierney can learn. Like Tierney's an out and out left back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Bombing forward, getting back, working hard, making tackles, making crosses. He's got to learn. The next step for him is to learn to play inside, which he's already started doing, and he's not that bad at it. He's just not as calm and as composed as like Zinchenko can have a player on him and it's like, yeah, I'll just beat you or I'll pick a pass. And that's...
I think Tierney's quality. I'm surprised that he'd be starting Tomiyasu over him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Then that's the other thing too. I don't know whether...
Has he been injured?
I don't know whether he's still carrying... He was injured and then he come back and then he's gone again and it's just... Yeah, I don't... Look, I think last season, I say it all the time, we probably lose that game last season. We didn't play well either. Like I don't want to blame this all on like a hangover from Europe, being tired. We didn't play well. Southampton, to be honest, didn't play that well either. They had the 10-minute period where they scored that goal and it was like, to be fair, well-worked goal. It was a dummy on halfway, took Party, I think it was Party, and I think it took someone else out too, Saliba out of the game, and they a couple of 1-2s, a nice back heel or some shit like that. And
it was a 1-1 draw, by the way, for Pascal.
Sorry, Southampton won, Arsenal won. But yeah, I just want to I just don't think we played well. I think we didn't weather the 10-minute period, the 20-minute period you get from a home team when they're on the back foot the whole game. We didn't weather it well enough. They scored. The other thing too is the refereeing in this game was a fucking disgrace, like an absolute disgrace.
Some of the refereeing this year has been fucking laughable,
mate.
Like there's just these decisions happening, and it's what are you fucking doing?
I'm not sure. I know we say it all the time. Granit Xhaka gets red carded for anything, but I don't know if you guys seen it. There was a Brazilian left or right back. He got up. First of all, he punched Gabriel Jesus in the back twice, like proper, like I'm not. It's not going to knock anyone out. Like he's a football player, like it was. But he's legitimately closed fist, swung at his back and hit him twice. And Gabriel Jesus hasn't like paid any attention to it. Let it go. That's an instant red card. That's like violent, like physical conduct. Then a bit later on, I'm pretty sure in the game, he gets up with Nketiah. He tries to headbutt him, and Nketiah was like, because Nketiah's so relaxed, I think he was just like, oh, bro. And then this guy like grabs him by the throat. I've seen Granit Xhaka be sent off for raising his hands to someone's face and grabbing him on the face. That's another instance where he got another red card. He should have. He only got a yellow. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like, who's watching what here? Like, and then Gabriel Jesus in the first half was clearly brought down in the box. He was clearly brought down the box. They gave a penalty in, I think it was the United game on the weekend, the Chelsea Man United game. I'm pretty sure there was a penalty for the same thing. Scott McTominay can't play football. Told you he's a rugby player, and that's why. Had old mate brought him in the ground. This guy had hands all over Gabriel Jesus, wrapped him around the arm. The only thing that Gabriel Jesus did wrong was he went down too late.
Yeah. Okay.
So he tried to get out of it and keep going, and he realised by then he was kind of off balance, so he fell over. If he goes down, my old mate told him, it should have been a stalwart penalty anyway. Didn't even get checked by VAR, I'm pretty sure. Didn't even get sent up.
What's going on with VAR?
I don't know.
Like, it didn't work
Because it
at the
happened-
Leeds game. Apparently, the first goal against, like, going way back here, our game, Liverpool-Arsenal, they wanted to check if Saka was onside, but they couldn't find him on any camera.
Oh, I did hear that, yeah.
So they just had to go with it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with it?
Yeah.
Some things they go, oh, yeah, check it. Other things they don't. Sometimes they go, oh, hold on, referee. We're going to ref from the bunker and tell you. And then other times they go, oh, you go check. Like, what the fuck is going on? There is such a lack of consistency, and that's the issue.
And that's the other thing. Like, and it's the multiple, like, yes, I'll agree. We probably got a bit of a rub of the green the last two games for us, like VAR. But like this, when it's like clear and obvious. That's what VAR is supposed to rule on.
Yeah,
clear
exactly.
and obvious.
Yeah.
Ben White gets clattered in the back, in the box, goes down, wave it away, play on.
It's like we know that the refs have been told, let the game flow more. The little fouls that you can get away with, but it's like sometimes they decide no, I can't. Sometimes they decide yes, I can. Like there's such a lack of consistency.
Yeah, this whole like you want to let the game play. I don't want to call a foul. It's like, but it actually is a foul.
But then like,
and then VAR's like, well, he didn't call anything, so we're not going to do anything about it.
Or they'll call up a foul that is soft as all fuck, but then let this other one that you're like, fuck, that's at least a yellow.
West Ham Bournemouth, the non-red card. I think it was that game.
No.
High jumping side foot lunge.
Oh yeah,
Shocker.
I did see that. Yeah,
it might have been that game. I think it was.
Yeah,
the game.
I guess
on Tuesday.
I'll just say my last point for the Arsenal Southend game. That's a point gain for us, like not 2 points lost, I think.
Yeah.
Like we're still top of the table. We haven't lost. We go again. And I'll say all that shit about VAR and whatnot. We should have scored. We could have been 4-0 in the first half. We were on fire in that first half, and we've got to be more. I said a couple of weeks ago that we're pretty clinical lately. Gabriel Jesus gone off the boil a bit. I think maybe because he's carrying a bit of a niggle. But yeah, we could have scored multiple times. Martin Odegaard could have scored. Our saving grace at the moment is Granit Xhaka. Like, what a rise to fame.
Player in form.
Yeah, I want to get a Granit Xhaka jersey.
Wow, what a turnaround, hey.
Which is something insane for me. From me being like, get rid of him, sell him to Roma for 15 mil. If we had sold him to Roma for 15 mil, it would have been a disgrace. It would have been a buy of the season for Roma. He's 100% worth, I reckon, about 35 to 40 million on the open market now.
Can you believe he went from being the captain, getting booed off and giving fans the finger or something?
No, he threw the jersey on the ground.
Yeah, that's right. And now, like, you're singing his praises and saying, buy me a shirt.
Oh,
like, that is why football is people are too quick on it.
Yeah.
That's my thing with it. That frustrates me. It's like, sack that manager, sack that player. Oh, no good, write him off. He hasn't done well in 5 games. Like,
And
it's not like you can't just, it's not so cut and dry in 10 minutes.
And playing people where they belong. He
Yes.
obviously was never a holding midfielder.
Yeah, and even just a manager coming in that's different and having a different idea about how to use them or motivate them can be completely different.
I agree. And we always used to say, like, we want the Swiss, like the Switzerland fucking Granit Xhaka. We never get him. Why do we never get him? Because he was never a holding midfielder for.
He never got the opportunity to play.
He's the captain. He's a leader, and he plays like box to box, and he's amazing at it. And now he's doing it at Arsenal. Hats off to the guy for
Your phone's ringing,
who's
Fig.
that? Hats off to the guy for sticking around and doing it. Like, it's impressive. But anyway,
it's very impressive.
That's my bit there. We'll move on. Did we talk about Aston Villa come back after sacking their manager 4, Brentford 0. Manager bounce easily.
Massive manager
They played
bounce.
well, man. Some of them goals are nice.
Did they have a caretaker manager for it? Or was it just
the
someone from the
assistant
coaching
stepped
staff?
up. Yeah.
Yep.
Which
It always happens, right?
Yeah.
The
Shackles
players
come off.
fire up or something.
Yeah, look, because you know what he would have said? He would have gone in the dressing room. He goes, look, boys, I've had 1 week. There's nothing I can do that's going to help you to be able to play this game. I want you to go out there. You know how to play football. Go out there, have a bit of fun. Let your hair down. Play some football. Good.
It would get into the mind of the opposition too. Knowing about the manager bounce, they'd be like, fuck, why do I have to play him this week?
Brentford aren't a bad side, but they're not a great side. It's like you couldn't say that to Man City.
Well, they drew with Chelsea the week before, then go get done 4-0.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying you could have gone up against a City or whatever and been like, go and play your game, and they would have got trounced like 5-0. So it's probably a bit of luck culminating with a bit of a let your hair down moment. And look where it got them. Let's see if Unai Emery, good evening, can repeat it. I'm so excited to the memes to come back.
Did we talk about Chelsea Man U 1-1?
No. Let's talk about Chelsea Manchester United 1-1.
95th minute goal from United, was it?
Yeah, and both goals were very late. I think it was a Chelsea penalty in like the 87th minute, which Jorginho scored.
Did his little funny walk up.
Which he does, like you can just put money on that he will. And then Casemiro with I think it was a glancing header, wasn't it? To equalise in like the 95th.
Half an inch.
Yeah, but I want to reiterate.
Yes, that's right.
I want to reiterate my point from before. Scott fucking McTominay cannot play football. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if there's a Manchester United fan out there that would disagree with me. Like, what are you doing, mate? You're brought on to like seal a game up. You're in.
Was it his fault, the concession at the end?
Yeah, the penalty. He gave away the penalty.
Yeah.
I forget who it was he was marking, but they just got in front of him. They beat him. He was positionally terrible. He didn't move his body in the like. You can hold a player without grabbing a player. You know what I mean? Like, as the pundit said on Match Day Live,
get goal side of him. Like keep your arms down.
You got your eye on the ball, but you got him. All he has to do is come a yard or two ahead of him, beat him, attack the ball, and mate, you're in like Flynn. It wasn't that hard. Instead, he rugby tackles the guy to the ground, and it's just like, imagine being brought on. You get a fucking penalty in the 87th minute. I'd be like, you're not playing again, mate. Like, go away.
Should have brought Ronaldo on.
Because then there would have been no one marking him.
Yeah. Ronaldo would have been standing up and halfway shaking his hands around with his shit.
Casemiro really enjoyed that goal too. He had a bit of big celebration in the corner.
I think he had a bit of a tear too after the game.
That's good to see. Like, good to see.
Casemiro.
He's a good player, man.
No, he's a good player.
Like, when I seen him buying him, I'm like, oh, washed. And then I think I asked you boys, I'm like, is he still...
He bossed it against us.
Week in, week out from Real Madrid. And Jangy said, yeah, 100%. And it's like, how lucky are the Manchester United that Casemiro just wanted to try something new? Yeah,
well, he's probably at that stage of his career where he's... I mean, it's so hard to say. Some players go to 40 fantastically, but he's like, I think he's 31. So he's probably at that stage of career where he's only got a couple of seasons left of starting every game in the top flight and obviously wanted to try a different culture and league and everything. And he's still quality. There was no doubt about that. And huge pickup for United. They've got a strong midfield.
They do.
Very strong midfield. They're just lacking a little bit up top.
Even with the Rat Fernandez in there. But anyway.
Rat man.
We'll move on. Leeds to Fulham 3.
Mitrovic back for a couple of weeks, scoring again.
Crazy what it does to a team when your front man comes back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your focal point of your whole game.
Leeds, no good.
No good.
Relegated.
I called them.
Gone.
I called
I think
him,
a
bro.
lot. I called him too.
No,
A
you
lot of
didn't.
us did. I did.
I think actually.
Ted Lasso, he's gone too.
Tell you what, I
He's
think
gone.
that
I was
Leeds-
singing his praises the other week when he
Well,
played
when he
him,
wins,
now,
he's
and now I'm like, he's gone.
you know, he's charismatic. He's sharp. When he wins, you're like,
Yeah.
good on you, man. And then
Leeds.
when they lose, no.
I mean, you don't want to be losing at home to Fulham. Like, that's the thing. That's as we say it week in, week out. They're the games you need. Your
They're
home
the
games
3 points,
against.
especially against like a relegation rival. Really, I
Yeah.
know that Fulham are doing pretty well, but they've just been promoted. They're a
Very,
bottom half.
like, good
you know?
chance to go down, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a 6-pointer almost. You know,
Yeah.
like you need to win them, but
You want to speak of going down.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves.
don't. Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I tell you what, the Midland clubs would not be happy.
No.
They make
Not
up
Forest.
like out of the bottom 5 or 6, they make up like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Someone poisoned the water in the Midland
The
Lakes.
Midlands. Middle Earth.
Is there lakes in the middle of England around there, Nudo?
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Come
I'm
on,
not a geography
stretching
teacher.
it now, brother.
I'm sure there's bodies of water
There's
everywhere.
bodies of water somewhere. I don't know if there's lakes though. I'd say there's just nice little streams.
Yeah, probably some rivers.
All the English,
River Trent
all the
running
English
through
fans that
Nottingham.
think we're mugs, you tell us.
Yeah, is there any rivers in the Midlands?
There is. There definitely is.
Comment on the
River
video.
Trent.
Let us know.
Someone
the River
poisoned
Trent,
the well.
The River Thames.
They're all
That's a bit
gone.
south, isn't it? Yeah.
How dare we comment on something that we don't
I know.
100%
We
know
apologise
about,
to all our
Please
English
forgive us.
Anyway, what I was saying, Wolves 0, Leicester 4. I said last week or the week before that Leicester have attacking prowess to score goals. They do.
Did
Yeah.
you say Vardy drank a Red Bull before running on?
He scored a Red Bull. He went on. He
is-
scored. He howled to the Wolves fans and then told them they all stink when they started abusing him. Like, is there a better character for the game than Jamie Vardy?
He's a proper lad, isn't he?
He's on his way out, but yeah, he's a proper just English.
Acting like he's 18 and shit like that. And
He's just
like,
you'd watch him and be like, he's one of the boys. He's
Yeah.
just one of the boys having a laugh, being a larrikin.
pretty sure that's been his thing. Like,
I
I think
didn't-
he had his pizza the night before. That's like his ritual. And then, like,
You said
next
it-
Red Bull.
yeah.
He'd have an iron stomach, I reckon.
Yeah.
Whatever goes in there, Red
Iron
Bull.
Brew goes in there every day.
Yeah.
Gives an
Iron
Iron
Brew.
Brew. Love an Iron Brew, by the way.
Super high test.
Big test up in there. But nah, like I don't even know how the dietitian allows him to scull a Red Bull just before he's about to walk on the field.
I feel like
Surely he has to hide that somewhere. Whip it out the esky just before he goes on.
if it's legal,
Yeah, I guess so.
and it helps
Yeah.
you.
And
like,
you want it, you think it's
the
good
coach
for
would be
you?
like, "Shut up, dietitian! It's
Yeah.
happening."
Yeah, fair.
It is obviously does it for Vardy because I think he's been doing it his whole career.
Yeah,
and
he
he's-
has. He
yeah.
loves a Red Bull, I'm pretty sure. All right, moving on.
Don't want to
Beefos.
talk about it. Can we just not? Honestly.
Do you want me to read the score out for you so I don't have to?
Yeah, mate.
Tottenham Hotspur 1, Newcastle 2. Now, I can see a bloke sitting not behind that camera, but in the YouTube lands watching this with a big old...
Oh, yeah,
cheek.
he let me know, don't you worry.
Oh, you heard about it?
Live updates.
I'm not looking forward to when we play him and if that happens, but...
Mate, coming off a 2-0 loss to United, I think we were level with City at kickoff of that game.
Yeah.
It was pathetic, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it was 85% possession to Newcastle in the first half an hour or something. It was at home.
Yeah.
Like we sell out every time at home, right? To sit there and watch that, just defend, negative. Man, I don't need to tell our viewers that they know it's fucked. You just... Then you concede, and then you're like, okay, make a change now.
Yeah.
Like you got to go now score 2 against a
Yeah.
really confident Newcastle side.
Yeah, like...
No changes, concede again.
Yeah.
No changes, get a scrappy goal. Trippier's defense was shocking. Harry at the back post, and then nothing for the rest of the match. We brought Lucas Moura.
I haven't seen Lucas Moura for a while.
Yeah,
Mate, he just can't keep up anymore. I think
Huh?
he added something new to the team when we got him, but now he's really predictable. The defenders just need to give him a bit of physicality, and he loses the ball.
One trick pony.
He takes the ball up the right
Comes
wing,
inside.
where Kane will usually hold it, win a foul, or bounce it off to one of our wing backs. Lucas will get it, try something, soft touch 2 meters from him, we lose the ball.
Yeah.
And with the way we play, when we break, we have to score, win a corner. with him on the field, we break, he loses the ball, then we fucking defend for another 15 minutes while I'm sitting there just clenched my butt.
Ball back. So you're saying that it's more of a case of you played poorly rather than Newcastle played well, or a combination of both?
Yeah, they're a quality squad. I think. Well, they're fourth now.
They are good.
Yeah, but they are fourth. Yeah.
This is a snowball of emotions. Like it's just been okay. We're keeping up with Arsenal now. Okay, we've got to keep up with City, and now I think we could drop down significantly in the next month if we don't.
Who have you got next week? Oh, you got a bit of an all right trot. You got Bournemouth.
Away to Bournemouth. You have to go and flog.
You go away to Bournemouth and just defend.
Well, he's so stubborn.
I think
That's all
will.
He knows.
Like I think you will, and just try and hit.
And I know I might sound silly because he's the right man for the job. Still, I've said that before. If we want to win a trophy, we have to trust an absolute champion coach to try to win us a trophy that way.
You know what? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I thought about you saying that the other day, but wasn't Jose Mourinho like heaps more defensive minded as well?
Probably very, very similar.
I would say Jose Mourinho is more of a pragmatic type manager, like approaching each game in a way that how he could win the game. I don't think he's not defensive. He's definitely more of a defensive style of coach,
because you have to be to play like that.
Yeah, but not like a dour defensive coach.
I just meant like it's like
very similar. They're similar.
They're not too far away from each other. Because if you're going to a game, how can I win this game? What do you need to do? Is like, well, you just defend and then you hit them on the counter. Like I feel like Jose's very like, as you said, pragmatic. Like
with Jose, but we've got to remember his midfield wasn't two defensive midfielders. We had Ndombele in there, Harry Winks, Lo Celso. That's the big difference, right?
I feel like Mourinho was a little bit more forward thinking than Conte is. Even like Mourinho played like
ways out.
Yeah, Lo Celso was a number 10.
Back four.
Mourinho,
and with a 10, and like Conte's like a back five, and it's not a back three.
Nah.
It is a back five with two defensive mids.
Yeah.
It is very defensive.
Yeah, I feel like every week we're like, did Perisic get forward? And you're like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought we all thought that's what his game plan was, to get Perisic to play.
Well, they're predictable, right?
Yeah.
The opposition comes and they know, okay, they're going to be solid at the back. They're not going to give anything away. They've got fucking 7 defenders on the field, more.
Yeah.
9 defenders sometimes. So they're predictable.
Yeah.
So we can't counter and surprise them because they know what we're going to do.
And pretty much all you got to do is mark Son and Kane.
Yeah, I like Nuno said last week, perspective's important, right? We're still only 3 points behind City.
Yeah.
Before this podcast, it was their best ever start for Spurs. So I don't want to come across the fucking Gronk.
I don't think you are.
It's very frustrating because like you get up at 2:30 on a Monday here, 2:30 a.m. for Aussies, and you just clench your ass the whole time, and it's not fun. You might score 1 goal a week, and it's like...
Yeah. No, I think you're 100% validated to feel that way. Like I've said to you, like, I know like we have the banter, but like genuinely, I would hate to watch football like that. Like I'm blessed coming from an Arsenal like point of view where we were known as like one of the best looking teams in the world, but like I couldn't imagine anything worse than your team just sitting behind the ball. Like we do it sometimes just to hold on. You're just like, this is trash. Like,
for not like
anymore.
On the counter, it's exciting because Kane and Son only ever need. It's a massive loss. Kulusevski.
Yeah,
that's got to be called out. We started hot.
A massive loss.
Yeah. Since he's dropped off, we don't have an outlet on the right hand side. Hopefully he comes back soon, but disappointing for all Spurs fans, I think.
Well, we'll see if you can get on the bandwagon next week. We'll quickly just say, before we take a break, West Ham got the Chockies over Bournemouth 2-0. Now, West Ham are duking it out a bit. Mm-hmm. So,
they were unlucky against us to lose 1-0, and then they've got the result there.
They moved up to 10th.
Yeah, that's West all right Ham. For them.
It's just such a fucking ups
it's congested in there, isn't it?
Topsy-turvy table. Like, it's just all happening.
It's all happening. All right, well, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back with a bit of colour and go through next week's fixtures too.
I've got some beef. It needs to be let out of me.
Okay.
All right, we're back. Now.
We're back and Ethan's on the attack.
He's on the attack. We had a big weekend. We were watching some stuff and it's got Ethan's ghoulies and he wants to... What do you want to tell us, Beef?
Mate, Beef's got some beef. So, big weekend at the Bucks. Monday morning, 2:30 a.m. I'm sitting watching Tottenham. It's already... A lot of things could cause depression already. Anyway, so... This is how I feel like getting advertised to on Optus Sport or whatever. It's 2:30 a.m., right? So I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but this is how I feel, right? So there'll be an ad that's like, grow a moustache for a mate this November, you know? Men's mental health.
Yeah.
Help a mate, save
Yeah.
a bro.
Yeah.
Hey men, fellas, blokes, lads, are you sitting there watching your Premier League team and enjoying it? Well, that's not enough. It's time to bet. It's time to bet, fellas. Don't spend the tiny bit of your pay packet that's left on yourself or buying something for your partner or your kid. Back yourself. Give your money to us billionaires. And if this isn't enough peer pressure, it's time to bet with mates. Turn a lifelong friendship into a betting syndicate, all right? Gambling, hair loss. Gambling, hair loss. Gamble. But most importantly, gamble responsibly.
Oh my God! I can just
Do you agree?
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. I'm just more imagining you 2:30 in the morning there, just like getting the nurse.
I'm like,
on TV.
I need to share this
Dude,
with the
you are
podcast.
not wrong, but it's disgusting. Like,
Nah,
the
but-
ads are so targeted to, like, if you're a real man, you'll gamble.
Yeah.
And if you're an extra real man, you'll gamble with mates. And inevitably, you'll gamble too much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gamble responsibly.
Yeah,
And don't
It's
just put a
fucked.
bet on you might win. Put it in a same game multi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you definitely fucking lose. Oh my God.
Oh, it's
All right,
a
that's out
joke.
of me. About 48 hours I've been waiting to get that out.
yeah. No,
It's a
look,
joke, but
it
it's 100% a joke.
that was a good beef. Wow, like that was.
I'm with you, man.
That was beef's
I'm
beef.
with
That's
but
bad.
I-
I'm sure it's bad worldwide for our...
Yeah, nah. Like, and
Fans
every
around.
second ad, man, and say you're watching it like quietly, like because we have to watch at like 2:30 in the morning, and we have partners that also
Yes.
like to sleep at that time.
Yes.
We're watching it quietly, and these fucking ads come on, man. It's like the volume goes to like 1,000. It's
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck up. It's just like someone screaming at me that I need to bet on this game. It's like,
It is terrible in Australia and even worse in New South Wales. I think the
Yeah. The
gambling
worst
that happens
part of
here
it
is
is-
insane.
The worst part of it is it fucking works. It works because I like to gamble on same game multis.
I like
and
to bet with mates.
And I do. I do it all. I do same game multis. I bet with mates. Like, I've been swindled. I've been fucking swindled.
Look, there's nothing wrong with betting.
No.
Right? If you want to have a punt, like, I'd do it. But I just feel like Ethan said, it is so forced upon you. And the way that those ads are done is so it's like, if you're a man, you'll bet and you'll
back
bet
yourself.
hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it's
even
time to
that,
bet.
Back yourself. It's like, you're weakling.
Yeah.
You didn't have a go before. You should back yourself.
No.
And if you don't, you're a loser. It is fucked. And between that and the same Hungry Jack's fucking
Oh,
ad
my God.
at the start of every single thing.
Played on repeat. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I play it twice in a row.
I don't know if they think about it, but when I'm watching a 7 a.m. game, I don't really want to go to Hungry Jack's and get the big fucking triple whopper with extra bacon.
I do, but that's
At
a
7
different
a.m.?
story. Look at me. I'm just getting swindled left, right, and centre. No, but I'll finish on this point that we're, as a group of friends, families, we're all intertwined with our mates and our families. We're probably really lucky that we don't have anyone that's probably suffered from a major gambling addiction. But it's
No.
not to say that it's not like a real problem. It's rife.
Massive problem.
It's rife throughout people. I know plenty of people. I know like young kids that bet way too much money when they shouldn't. And it's just like, and for some reason they think it's going to pay and they don't know any different. It's just like, this can end you in a hole, like a big hole. So
Yep.
look, it's all well and good to have a punt, everyone, but they say it on the ads, gamble responsibly. You do. You literally have to gamble with your head. You have to bet only what you can. Don't like it's
It's a fast butt how they target you,
it's-
make you
yeah.
feel back yourself. You know?
exactly right.
And then they say that, and gamble responsibly.
Yeah.
Like that is a farce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we need to just say like, you can gamble, but just do it safely because for fuck's sake, it can ruin your life.
And if you need help, Leo's going to put the gambling hotline.
Gambling hotline.
Yeah.
Ta-da. All right. We got that. I might put that on a reel with some nice emotional music behind it. What do you reckon? Really?
I like
I
it.
stood up for like 30 seconds there. The
I thought
energy
you were
was
gonna climb on the
bounding out
table
of
and
me.
start squealing like a cat.
Have you got anything left after that?
I went full Anchorman. About to get on the table and make some animal noises.
No, I got nothing left.
I've got nothing left fat.
There's nothing here.
There's
fat.
nothing fat. Nothing.
Nothing.
Tell you what, it is hot in the den, especially after all that
fucking
beef came out.
steaming
We were
in
just
here.
discussing in season 2 when we've got a couple of
Sponsors.
dollars. Surely someone
Sponsors?
sponsor us.
Sports bet?
We can buy ourselves a ceiling fan. Oh, fuck.
No.
Ceiling fan or aircon?
Yeah, something. Give
What
us
do you reckon?
something, anything.
GoFundMe for the average Aussies.
Yeah, get us an aircon.
Dehumidifier.
Anyway, anything will help. Like, I'm getting on the mental singlet train next week. I don't have any mental singlets.
It's not cotton, but it's a bad choice.
Who's on that, by the way?
It's a Daft Punk singlet. It's hectic.
Okay,
There's a lot of life in that.
that's a.
I was going to grab my Spurs
it a
jersey. I
dude?
said, you know what? No.
Is it a dude or is it?
No, it's free to colour.
It's non-binary. We don't know. Anyway,
It's free to colour.
Next week's fixtures. Let's quickly get through them. We got Leicester versus Manchester City. I mean, what do you want to say, fellas? What do we say?
What can you say?
Leicester have been in good form in the last 2 games.
They're on the up, but
But it is
it's
City.
a different kettle of
It'll be
fish.
interesting to see what happens in it.
It's at home. Brendan Rodgers, do something. Kick.
Yeah, do it for us.
We'll get a City fan on here one day and talk about it for longer than 10
Yeah.
seconds.
I
But
don't
today,
think I'll
happening.
be here that day.
That'll be your sickie.
There's a few fans we need to get on here. We've got a Newcastle fan we need to get on here.
Yeah, we
Spins
do.
Bet.
Everton fan might be due
We've
soon.
got a few Everton fans that we could get on. So if there's any other teams that you want us to get on, like fans to come on and waffle on about your team, let us know in the comments section below.
And we'll find one.
We'll find one. We'll bring them to you. Next game, Bournemouth at home to Tottenham. Beef, get back on that horse, son.
Imagine if we don't. That's all I'm thinking.
Look,
Next Tuesday podcast is going to be...
always, as I say, don't lose the next game. You can draw that game and it'll be all right.
No way.
But you can't lose it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you draw it, it's fuck that shit. But if you lose it, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, we're in a
Draws
slump now.
hurt, losses fucking.
Just want to be happy again. Because imagine if the Spurs go to come 12th or something. Imagine every week in, week out in this fucking room. Sadness.
Sadness and sweat at the
Abyss.
moment.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we're going to win, all right?
all right. What's your score prediction?
When's Kulu coming back?
I'm going to write
When's
them all down.
Kulu, when are you back?
The 3 Spurs fans in Australia, comment when he's coming back, please. Big game. I want to see him make a change. He started Oliver Skip in midfield, who's a little bit more attack-minded. Not really, actually. What am I saying? I'm just fucking hopeful. We just need to, I don't know.
You need to win. All right? You need to win and you need to not defend for 85 minutes of the
Exactly.
game.
Cheer me up, Conte, please.
All right, we'll get him out of this slump. We'll go Brentford Wolves. I'm going to say Brentford all day at home.
Yeah, I think Brentford will bounce back from their Villa
Yeah.
thrashing. They'll
Yeah.
be at home. They'll be up for it. And yeah, Wolverhampton just don't seem to offer a great deal.
Well, don't forget that Wolverhampton got thrashed by Leicester as well.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I mean. So
big
yeah.
slumps all round. Brighton versus Chelsea. Oh, Graham Potter returns to the Amex.
Good match.
Good match. What do you reckon? I reckon Chelsea 3-0.
No.
I think Brighton are on the slump here. I think they had their little manager bounce, and now it's all... Unless Trossard's playing for his spot in the Chelsea squad when Graham Potter gets him in January.
I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I reckon it could be a draw. Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
3-0 Chelsea.
Fair.
Sorry.
One of us will be right.
None of us could be right.
Brighton won't flog Chelsea, no way.
No, I'm saying Chelsea flog
I
Brighton.
know, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I get you. Sorry, my bad.
what are you talking about?
All right, judging of Palace's results, this will be a win for them, and then they'll lose the week after.
Yeah. I couldn't
Palace at
agree
home
more.
against Southampton, they'll win.
Southampton, I hope you get smacked.
Oh,
And I hope you get 3 penalties that aren't given. Thank you. Newcastle on the way up.
Yeah,
They're
Newcastle-
they're coming very close to becoming one of the most hated teams in the Premier League.
Newcastle,
Yeah.
you reckon?
Yeah, they're just gonna you're gonna end up eventually ending up there. They're just gonna burn.
It's a decent point, unless they sign some...
burn cash, but like burn cash, literally.
I think
with oil.
If they sign players people like, I think it'll go the other way. But if they bring in players...
I don't think it matters, to be honest.
I think it does. I think if they can be a good story about players going there, coming fourth one year,
know.
but if they start bringing in overseas fucking divers and shit, no.
I think it depends how they go about it. I think that I think that if they invest in like youth and they grow and they're not prats, then they won't be hated. And I think that that's where City sort of were. But then City like took that next step and just started going, we're going to pay stupid money for anyone. And they got a shit attitude about them when they thought everything was owed to them. And now they're hated.
Well, I think City just went in, set up this amazing youth academy to produce eventual talent. They've got Foden. That was probably like the only one that's come.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not like heaps have come through.
No,
it's been Foden.
That's what I mean. Like they bought it, they set the academy up and they moved on. Like I guarantee Newcastle will do the same thing, and then they'll just go. But they will look how quickly they come up. They're now competing top 4. You're not going to tell me that they're going to be like, all right, we're on the cusp of top 4. Let's start promoting some. No, it'd be like,
not so much.
Here is the money. How much do you need? Who the fuck do you want? We're going to go get them, and we're going to start challenging for the title.
Happen. And City weren't hated when they first got their money, and like everyone was stoked with that year that they beat United in the very end of the game, and all United fans were crying. Everyone was happy.
It's inevitable though.
With success comes hate.
Success via money.
But I think success full stop comes hate. But when you do it in a way like City did, it's extra hateful.
Yeah. I guess look at Arsenal. You all hate us because we're top of the league.
Oh my dear Lord, not again. I have nightmares about that.
But no, you're right. Like you're winning, people just want to pull you back down. No, it's all poppy syndrome.
Liverpool were hated in the 80s because they were successful. United in the 90s.
But yeah, I just think it's as good as Newcastle are, and as much as I like enjoy them, I feel like there's a lot of people in England that probably don't as well. Yeah. I've listened to a few podcasts where people are like, oh, here come Newcastle.
Plus there's the whole sport washing thing.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother podcast
scandalous.
in itself.
But yeah,
I like Newcastle. I hope that they go about it in a way that doesn't get them hated, because I don't want to hate them.
Anyway, this game, I think they'll pump Aston Villa. I don't think Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think they've
had the manager bounce and what they've had it. It's done.
I think they've had the bounce, and I mean, as we said, Brentford are good, but Newcastle are a hell of a lot better, and it's at St James's Park.
Yeah, and they'll be pumping after coming home after beating us. That'll be hard to beat.
100%. They now probably think they're genuine top 4 contenders after that. So it could start getting a bit nasty.
It'll be interesting to look back to this podcast in a year or two and think, because like Nudo said, Newcastle could be just sitting somewhere completely different in our mind.
True.
So to look back and what did they do?
Yeah, they could fall off. They could speed up. It could be crazy.
Impending.
Full and Everton. I'm going to pull a draw here. I think Everton are finally starting to fire. I think so. Fulham with Mitrovic.
Yeah, I reckon Fulham at home.
Although Everton can defend, man.
I reckon Fulham at home will beat them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Close one, I reckon 1-0.
I think Everton are doing a lot better, don't get me
Sounds
wrong.
like a Liverpool fan.
It might, or it might just sound like a pundit.
Some balance.
Trying to have a crack.
You just call yourself a pundit?
Yeah. You're a YouTuber, mate.
I said funded.
You're a fucking YouTuber.
I said funded. Funded. A fun pundit.
Funded.
Well, I'll fucking go home if you want. You can have a crack. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Whoa. Dummy spits.
He's not having funded.
He's not having funded. He's not a funded at all.
I'm not a funded anymore. I'm a hot dent. It's fucking steaming in here.
All right, let's get this moving. Liverpool leads 2-0 to Leeds, in my opinion. I'm just trying to get it going. Nah. Look, Liverpool will have to bounce back.
Yeah.
I think
3-0, I reckon.
I think Leeds are trash.
Leeds are washed, baby.
And
Marcelo Bielsa, days gone. It's over.
We seem to be a bit up and down too, get up for games, and I feel like this is probably one we get up to, like, we'll be more up for rather than Forest away after, like, the 2 wins that we had. I feel like Klopp will tear them apart.
Yeah.
And we should have Nunez
we did in the post-match,
yeah,
didn't he?
We should have Nunez and Canade and Thiago back.
Yeah, that'll make a massive difference. I feel like
that'll be really good. We got Ajax in the morning in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
So it even depends what happens there. Hopefully we can get a win there. And, I'm backing us for it. Like, you have to. We can't lose that.
Yeah.
Who have you got in the morning, Leo?
Me.
Oh.
Yeah, such a gronk. You've just lost twice on the trot.
I know, there has to be some little crumb for me to eat. A little bit of crumb left over for me.
We'll have you soon when you drop down out of the Champions League.
We got Lisbon in the morning, so we need to crush.
Don't forget, you can come down to the Europa. Then imagine the world of hurt you'll be in then.
I was going to say...
Let's just remember.
Because if we don't even come fucking top 5.
Imagine. Anyway, moving on back to the weekend. We've got Arsenal at home to Nottingham Forest. That's a kind fixture to us. I don't think Nottingham Forest offer much. I expect us to get straight back on the horse.
I feel like we more lost the game than Forest won it.
Yeah.
So as long as you turn up, like
that's
you
what I
should
mean.
be beating them.
Yeah.
Like,
We're at
What have they
home.
done with their 21 new signings? Are they rotated or have they picked like
No,
their
they've
best
just got the
11
best,
and just
I think,
stayed
yeah.
in? Yeah. It's not working, whatever they're doing.
I think Serge Aurier scored or something.
He
on the
assisted,
weekend.
I think it was. Yeah.
Assist. But kind fixture to us. I definitely think we can pick up the win there. As like I say, every week I'd love a clean sheet at home because we just need them. And last game of the round, Manchester United versus West Ham United. If Manchester United play like they did on midweek, I think they dominate
Yeah,
at home.
it won't be a
Old
bad
Trafford.
game.
West Ham are doing a hell of a lot better, but
Better.
The quality of United should be winning that, and United are in some form. So
Yeah, big quality difference on paper.
yeah,
The confidence is back for
Yeah.
United.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're a
definitely.
dangerous club with confidence.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
it depends. Since that Ronaldo walkout, what could have happened in the dressing room? Is there a split? Is there a chasm? Are they going to fall
Is there
apart?
is there a
Get
Casemiro?
relegated?
Do you reckon there's some players that would go to Ronaldo's side?
I reckon there would be for sure. I reckon Bruno would. Portuguese, and he's a rat bag anyway. Not because he's Portuguese. I mean, him and Ronaldo are Portuguese, and Bruno's a rat
Yeah,
bag.
you're right. He would.
He'd side with
You reckon
him.
he just like to stir a bit of shit for the fun of it?
I reckon he'd just be like, it's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And they're about to go to the World Cup, probably bump
Yeah.
with each other. Yeah.
So,
All right. Do you want to do your fantasy quickly?
yep, I got 69. Holland got me 26, and Saka got me
I
1.
forgot to captain Haaland again.
Oh my God, dude, just leave it on.
Yeah, I just
I
leave
know,
him.
but he's not. He's a chance of not playing this week.
No.
Yeah,
That's why I have a vice. Pick a good
75%
vice.
chance. Yeah, Kevin De
I brought
Bruyne.
Salah in. That was an.
The
that was a
only
fail.
reason that he is listed as a chance is because Guardiola rested him for the second half of the Champions League game against Dortmund this morning.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Okay. I got 50.
Knock, it says. Yeah. What
Haaland was my top scorer, and I didn't even captain him. Andreas actually got 10 as well from. Was that Fulham? Nico Williams 6. Not a bad little score sheet for me.
Hash noodle.
Hash noodle.
I got 52. Top scorer. You know who. The 26. Haaland. Worst was Salah and Foden. So dear and bringing me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitrovic back. You got to get him.
Yeah,
When he's playing, he gets me a goal every week.
Yeah,
I'm
that's very true.
wild carding this week, so we'll see how we go.
You have to have Mitra and Haaland up top. They brought
Yes.
me all my points.
So don't
And
forget.
I'm coming 14th in the league
Oh my god.
out of like 20.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Ethan.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, please. We're trying to get to 100 subs. We're in the late 60s now, so we're not far to go. So if you could sub to the channel, that'd be amazing. Comment on it. Let us know what you think.
Get involved. Join the fantasy league.
Yes, that's it. The code description.
Tell us
Code.
what you think of Ethan's whatever he's
Meltdown.
wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, this.
Your attire.
Fashion rating.
I needed some colour in my life.
You just watch
Seriously.
Tottenham every week. Socials, we got TikTok, we got Twitter, but our biggest one is Instagram. Get on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram for all the best bits, all the best reels, bit of hidden content like me on my Bucks weekend wearing a Spurs jersey, which I don't want to say again. But as always, thanks everyone for watching. Fellas, been a pleasure as always.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all in episode 14. See ya.